Hello, everybody. Renee Serbon, skin expert here, and it is my divine privilege today to introduce you to my good friend, Jenn Edden. How are you today, Jenn?
Oh, Renee, you and we can't stop smiling when we're in each company.
I've been so excited about doing this Facebook Live with you, and thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
We always point fingers back at ourselves, right? Like, my fault. Why did I do it? I'm such a bad person, and not that those are the exact words, but why don't I have, this is my favorite women who work with me, the control. Why do I feel so powerless? And it's not your fault, because it's a legalized drug, Coke Zero. Because sugar, when I eat it, and for those watching, cane sugar is what I'm referring to, not necessarily like honey and maple syrup, and stevia, they're natural. It's addictive. It lights up your brain the way cocaine does. So while cocaine and cigarettes and alcohol, right, can be considered, well, alcohol is addictive too. Not everyone thinks of it that way. Sugar, like I said with my children, here you go. Oh, you have a boo-boo, or oh, you're not feeling good? Give the kid a friggin' cookie. I grew up that way. It's massive amounts of programming.
Mm-hmm. Also reward. I catch myself doing that all the time now with my 5-year-old.
Yes.
Bless his soul, right? But what do? It's like, oh, if you'll do this, then I'll give you the ice cream. Or it's even so bad that I catch myself going, oh, finish your dinner and then you can have an ice cream afterwards. What the hell are we thinking?
I'm so glad. I used to do it when they were little. So in all fairness, just change it now, because that's how I was raised. And then I was like, wait, everyone. No, we don't use food as a reward. And they go, right, Mom. But we grew up that way.
Yeah.
We grew up that way. And you mentioned something else that I really wanted to stress, because especially successful women, right? With figuring the business out, the marriage is, it's as good as it is, really. We know we all love our husbands. But like, this food thing always seems to be the thing where we feel, I'll say, powerless again. And you mentioned something really interesting. And that is, sugar is in friggin' everything. It's in
brutal
everything. And so the beauty with me is I have all these hacks. I actually don't have maybe one thing. My mayo that I give the kids has cane sugar. But I can pretty much guarantee, just thinking about my cabinets, my fridge, I'd say 95% of my stuff, if you went and looked now, it doesn't have any cane sugar.
So can you tell us what are the key things that we're looking for, like that people might not think are effects of sugar addiction, but can you give us some symptoms that people have who have a sugar addiction?
I love that, because when we piece these together, right, it wakes you up and you go, oh my gosh. And then it's for a change other than, right, just to look and feel good. So but women in general, men too, but more women, we're very hormonal, right, creatures. We make babies.
Yeah.
Anxiousness. There is something about an anxiousness the next day and underlying, it's not like you wake up anxious, but like almost
strong,
panicky throughout the day. Yeah. Whether it be about money, your business, your kids. I'm not going to call it a paranoia. It's just an anxiousness. It's low level when I ask women, and they go, yeah, can you not feel anxious? And I'm like, yes, you cannot feel anxious. Absolutely. So that's number one. Number two, for sure, so many people I know, depression, and it doesn't have to be clinical, like anything fancy, but they have waves of depression where they really feel low. Mm-hmm. And when your blood sugar, right, the amount of sugar that's in your bloodstream, when that swings high and then swings low and swings high and swings low, your mood can actually get depressed. Your mood, not you, I don't think.
Sure.
Depressed. Your moods, instead of being elevated like we're all jacked up, it gets depressed. That is absolutely 100% a link. 100%.
I love that, because I do think of myself as a general optimist, but I do know there are times that I can really catch myself in a funk. Not that I am depressed, but like my mood is in a funk. And it can, when it happens, take a few days actually to get out of that. And then that's the time you also want to eat more sugar. And the minute that you do that, then you're stuck in the funk for longer.
That's right. Absolutely. And then if you're about to catch something, because seasonally things do go around, like they say, the cold and the flu, then you catch that stuff, and then it's a real physical ailment, and then you literally don't feel good. What people don't realize is, I personally believe it's the natural tendency. I'm going to go there. I'm going to get a little woo-woo-y. It's a natural tendency of the human spirit to be uplifted. That we're actually supposed to be uplifted and feel joyous all the time. And then by eating this stuff that isn't everything, with all fairness. So if you're listening and you're like beating yourself up, like, don't do it. It's in everything. That it depresses us. And I mean, I think we talked about Coke Zero. It's been proven that the aspartame, I mean, you know this, maybe this will be the the last straw. That stuff is lodged in your fucking brain. It's lodged in your brain.
Yeah, that's deadly. Like, it literally is deadly.
And it's addictive. So rather than just taking it out cold turkey, which has its own symptoms of, right, it does.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've tried that. Then when you go back times
the
two.
withdrawals like on that one.
Can you say that again?
The withdrawal symptoms, right? There's withdrawal symptoms.
Huge. It's awful.
Headaches, like physically the body goes through
headache, shaking, and then it literally, for me, it ties my head into, that's all I can think of, and I literally think of the sounds. Like, I just like want the sound and that first sip, right? Like, and my head just gets stuck. I can literally be typing out a new article or something like that, and my head is just thinking about the Coke Zero. Or like, my brain cannot deviate from that.
This is what I love about you, your transparency. I don't know if people who have addiction, like I have addiction in my family, I don't know if you ever get over stuff. I don't believe that. I think that the volume gets turned down real low. So the volume of my addiction, you like that, is turned down real low. And when I want to eat the crap, I now have tools that I'm teaching where I don't do it. And if I am going to do it, it's because it's my kid's birthday and everyone else is eating little Ben and Jerry's, and I love Ben and Jerry's. So I'll have, some Ben and Jerry's with the kids, but then I'm done. After 8 o'clock, you don't want to see me. So I do have like my limits. I'm tired after 8, but it's because I know my limits that I wake up in the morning. And even if it takes me 20 minutes to get going and I do drink, this is my new thing. I don't know. Sometimes I wake up and I am tired and I think I'm working a lot. So this is 40 ounces. And I woke up for a week straight tired, and it freaked me out. And I was like, I wonder if I drink 40 ounces as soon as I wake up, if I'll feel better. And it worked.
When you are a woman unleashed,
yes,
what does that feel like in daily life in terms of energy, fulfillment, happiness, etc.?
That I am in control.
Oh, that just made my hair stand up.
I wake up not happy. It's okay, Renee. I had a funk a few weeks back, and it lasted 4 days, and I was not upset with myself. See, we tend to get upset with ourselves when we don't look or feel the way we think we should. An unleashed woman never shoulds on herself. I literally never I should go to the gym today. I should take 5 more client calls today. I don't should it. And when I don't should, first of all, energy gets stuck that way. So not just from me not eating sugar, but when you should on yourself and you feel lower energy, you actually go for sugar. It's that intangible thing people don't talk about. Most people who are nutritionists and stuff will eat the broccoli, reduce your sugar, but they don't talk about this stuff. They don't talk about that. If someone invites me to a party and it's really difficult, I've said no, if they're watching this now or later, I've said no repeatedly to certain people who I like, but I do not feel good if I go out and I drink midweek. And people don't realize that on my back end, this end, I'm saying no to stuff that other people probably say yes to. And I don't feel like I'm neglecting. I'm highly sensitive. It doesn't feel good for me. People pulling out my time a lot. We talked about this one, right? Wanting to say yes to everything.
Yes.
I love my kids' school. I wanted to say yes to the baskets and to helping with assembling baskets and well, it's a big one for people. A lot of women do this. And could you go out and solicit more? And I wanted to do more, but my business was so busy, and my son was having belly aches that month. He had belly aches for almost a month.
Oh.
I was done. So an unleashed woman knows when she's done. And I took the judgment off. And when you take the judgment off, you're not looking for that stuff at night. You're not. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Because your brain is just in a different place and wired differently.
It is. And for now, and I know you were working on this, pulling the sugar out, if it's not going to be all at once, because that's other people's plans. And I realize that works too. It does. You go friggin' cold turkey. People say, how do you do it on the other way, Jen? Well, people who come see me, they're turned off by that approach. Because I'm turned off by that approach. Because for me, my little 5-year-old girl, if you want to go there, like, she's like angry. She's like middle fingering them. Like, no, like I got a little edge to me that's angry. Having a solid protein-rich breakfast in the morning. So if I can give you one, other than we're just talking about, which is amazing, a lot of amazing stuff, something concrete. Women start off, which is not an issue that necessarily having coffee, you're putting all this stuff in it. It's spiking your blood sugar. And when you start your day with your blood sugar going up and down, there is no self-control in the world that's going to help a woman at 3 o'clock not go to the cabinets, the snack machine, the diet this, the Kit Kat, the scones, the rustling through the cabinets, the going to Starbucks for a cake pop. You're actually wired in your brain. It's wired. It's hardwired that you have to have it. It's primal. So if those watching or listening, you start off with a protein-rich breakfast. I don't even care if you're vegetarian, vegan, you love meat, you could do eggs, some good fat with it, avocado. You could have some clean chicken sausage. I love this clean vegan protein shake. I put greens in it. I put almond butter, put a little maca powder. I do baby greens because baby greens are sweeter. I throw in some ice. I throw in some frozen organic blueberries. It's got chocolate in it because it's just cacao powder. And I zip it up. It's delicious. It stabilizes my blood sugar. And then we don't have this, I know you know, this energy slump that women have. And they're like, well, why are you to look that way, Jen? Well, because I do what I say.
And you do the shake or the protein breakfast.
Yes.
After your glass of water is another thing I learned.
I always start with that. Yes.
And I have a question for you on the water. And you were talking about doing warm or hot water over cold water.
Yeah, warm water. People don't like hot, and I know some people love it ice cold. So I always say, do what doesn't make you gag. I never do anything that doesn't feel right. That's another thing. People hire these gurus, and then like they tell them to do something, and intuitively it doesn't feel right to them. So I'm always
so even like room temperature water is fine.
Yes.
Okay, and why? Can you explain to us why? Because this is really interesting, especially from a skin perspective for me. Yeah, because you were talking about, I'll let you answer it, but can you tell why the warm versus cold water? I mean, obviously, if it's a bloody hot day, have the cold water, but...
I was told, and I've read and I've studied, that cold water slows your metabolism. If you think about it, your body is what, 98, I'm going to get it wrong, 0.6? And you throw in this cold friggin' water, and for your body to go from cold to making it like a normal temperature, it's so I don't know how that works with how it uses it up, but I know that I felt it. It kills your acidity in your stomach. I feel it. I feel the difference. So starting out at a room temperature or warmer, you're not going to bloat, which if people might notice when they drink cold water, I tend to bloat. The stomach blows up a little. And anytime your stomach bloats, it's a protection mechanism. So for me, don't take my word for it. Go ahead and drink super cold water and see if your body feels different than a cup of tea. It always feels better with a cup of tea. And I don't think sometimes it's the bag of tea. I think it's the warm water.
The warm water. Okay. I'm going to post the link so that people can find your book to begin with. Very good. And it's not, Jen gets to the chase. It's not like I'm a slow reader, right? So I really I find it really hard to read,
Thank you. I'm always like, it should have been longer. I love that it being this This was amazing.
Thank you for coming again, and I'll post that link, and I'm sure Jen would happily come back and answer any questions that you guys have.
I will. Let's do it. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen. Bye.